here we are. Welcome back, Harry, to another Soar stream. How are
It's
you?
good to be back, Jack. I am good. I am ready to upload some maps, as you may know about.
Yep, definitely. Definitely. So, yes, today I think we're just going to go over something very simple for those who have used Soar already, but might be a mystery to those who don't really use Soar. And that's simply how to upload a map to the new Atlas. So, I guess take it away, Harry, because it is simple as that. We're just going to upload a map or a couple of them today, and we'll see
Yep.
how that function works.
Yeah. So basically, we're going to upload maps, two different maps in two different ways, right? And so this is basically just a quick introduction for anyone who may have maps and they want to add them to Soar's digital atlas. So what better way to do it than just do a quick and easy, not intro, I'm looking for a tutorial on how to do this process, because, if you're not familiar with maps and all that, this could be something that's helpful. So we will dig in. So as you can see, we're on Soar's homepage at soar.earth. I'm sure we can put the link in the description if it's not there already. And
Yep.
all you have to do is make sure you're logged into your account, which I am, and you have to click on the Add Your Maps button, which is nice and inviting. So now we're on this upload page, I guess you could say, with a prompt, and it gives you the option to either drag and drop your file into the box, or you can click the Choose Your File button and choose the file that you want to upload. It's pretty much as simple as that. And you can see the formats that we support here, which are GeoTIFF, ECW, JP2, JPEG, and PNG. And of course, if you want to learn more about the specifics of files and all that, you can click on the Learn More button.
I was going to ask, because obviously on Soar, people have uploaded
Yep.
massive maps. Is there a file size limit?
I believe there is a file size limit of 2 gigabytes.
Whoa.
Yes. And I used to be one of those people who didn't know how to compress maps properly. And I was like, I need more than 2 gigabytes. And then it just turned out I wasn't compressing my maps properly. So, if your maps are bigger than 2 gigabytes, you might need to look into compression, unless they're like massive and like super high resolution and they're already compressed, right? And so to give a quick overview, we're going to be uploading 2 different types of maps, like I mentioned before. One of them is going to be in a geo-referenced format, which is basically when a map has been created in software like QGIS or ArcGIS or another type of map making software, and it already contains all of the information needed to know where it sits on the world map, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool.
Basically, you upload the map and it goes exactly to the place where you need it to go. There might be some slight adjustment needed, but it's going to be pretty much where it needs to be.
It's like magic. The first time I did this a few years ago, I was like, wow, and my brain just like, and then the second type of map we're going to be uploading is just a JPEG, and that doesn't contain any sort of like geospatial information telling it where it belongs on a map. So we will have to manually drag the image to fit on the map, and we'll walk you through that process. So if that all sounds,
let's go.
let's do it.
Let's get it done.
So we'll start with the easy one. Now, this is assuming you know how to georeference a map, or maybe you downloaded a map that's georeferenced. I have one here that I made earlier, and I'm just going to drag it in.
When I uploaded my first map to Soar, I didn't realize about georeferencing, and the map I chose was already georeferenced, and I didn't realize. So then when I uploaded it, it just snapped the area, and I was like a bit freaked out. I was like, how did it know how to do that?
Yeah. So this is one I did earlier, and it's a JP2 file. I was going to use a GeoTIFF, but they're a little bit more like larger file sizes. So I just wanted to save time uploading it. And you can see here, all we have to do is put in the information. Now, I did prepare and I wrote down my notes so we're not sat here forever with me trying to
Type
what am I trying
away.
to say here? Yes, and figure out what to put in. So, although I did put the year wrong in my notes. Whoops. So this is a map that shows the facilities at Kennedy Space Center and Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. It's just something I'm familiar with. I wanted to keep with something that I know well, as I assume most users would be doing. And so we have a description in here. And the cool thing about this is that the description gives you markdown capabilities. So you can format your text with headings, bold text, italics. You can add links, which I have done here already. And then you can have bullet points and like a list, numbered list, if that makes sense. And so if you want to preview what that looks like, all you have to do is click on preview and you can see where I've got links in there.
You can also add images in there, right?
That is down here at the legend.
Right.
So if you want to, so maybe your map doesn't have a legend, but you want to attach a relevant image to your map, you can add that in there. And maybe that's a view of it, like a view of the area of interest from the ground or something like that, just to give users a extra, I don't know, extra insight into the location this map is showing. I don't have anything prepared for that today because I just wanted to keep it simple, but that is an option. So with the description in, you can come in and choose a category. And with this one, oh boy, I will do
Space?
urban, I think.
Oh, would it be urban?
Oh.
There needs to be a space option, right? Really?
Should there be?
Cosmic.
Are there cosmic maps? And then you have your tags, which are optional, but tags are great for things like search and stuff, right? I'm sure you know a little bit about tags, Jack.
Yeah, well, the
with
hashtags.
YouTube and such. Yeah, or hashtag. Yeah, you can think of them like hashtags. So we could do like NASA and
Kennedy Space Center.
Yeah, we'll do space since you like space, and we'll go to spaceport, maybe like that, and Florida, because this is a map of a location in Florida, USA. And what's one more? We'll do like rockets. Yeah, see, we're on
Snap.
We're on the same wavelength. Besties. And then all you have to do is click the by submitting this map image, you agree that the content is your own work and or you have right to publish this content. And there's also a link to the terms of service, which hopefully everyone reads. Because I know I do. I read every single terms of service. All the way through.
Everyone does. All the time.
Yeah. And then so all you have to do once you've got everything in here is just hit upload. And depending on your internet speeds, your map should upload nice and quick. And I hope my internet's going to behave today.
I was going to say, is this where we're going to be waiting?
I made sure I picked smaller files. Don't worry.
There you go.
There we go. Boom. And then usually I just give it like a minute or so for it to process on the system. And you will get an email, which I will go and look for right now, just as a confirmation that my map has successfully uploaded. And you can just go over here to your profile and click on View My Maps. And you're about to see all my maps. I'm sorry about that. But ignore my very slow internet download speeds right now. None of these previews are loading in, but that's just my internet. You come in and click on the map. And hopefully it will show in the right place. Look at that.
Bing, bada, boom. Geo-referenced.
Look at that. Boom. That's it. That's it.
So
for
there you see all the
geo-referenced
information you wrote on the side there, the links.
Yep.
And then you got the transparency, so you can double check that the map is in exactly the right place.
I will go to Google Street just to make that cleaner, and you can go in and you see like, oh yes,
geo-referenced.
Boom.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
And what is this map
we'll
again? This facility of...
It's all the facilities at Kennedy Space Center and Cape Canaveral. So you can zoom in, and once again, internet speeds very slow today, apparently. And you can see they have all the launch pads labeled, so what they were used for and what they're now used for. So if this is your kind of thing, you can dive in and be like, oh, so that's what that building is for. And then you can hit transparency and have a look and go, oh, okay.
Actually see it.
Yeah, and you could leave it like kind of halfway transparent, right? If you wanted to mix of both. You could be like, okay, this is the KSC industrial area over here. Interesting.
Or if you wanted to recreate all those, all that text and stuff using the Soar draw thing, and then remove the map. Yeah, and then remove.
We won't go too deep into this, but sorry. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, you could be like that, and you could draw roads like going up through there. And I'm not going to dig into this because
no, we've already done that. We covered that last stream. Link will be in the description
but that is
down
an
below.
Option. Yes, exactly. And so that is an option, but we're not going to do that. And so that only took, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
If not less than that. It was a bit longer because I sat here blabbering on about it, but in reality, it could take you like 2 minutes. It's so quick and easy. Sometimes there are days where I do it multiple times a day, just like uploading all my maps, to the system. So now we would jump in, we will show off how to upload a map that doesn't have the georeferencing data.
Right, this is where it's going to get interesting.
This is where I'm going to start fiddling a bit more, but I think it's very helpful to share this information if someone doesn't want to download software, like specialized software such as like QGIS or ArcGIS or something like that. So I have a JPEG I'm going to drop in, and it's of the same location, but just a different kind of map because I wanted to mix it up a little bit, but also keep it familiar. So after I've dropped in the map, you can see that the system recognizes that the file does not contain the georeferencing.
So that's an important point, that the website will warn you that it doesn't have georeferenced data. So that's what I ignored when I uploaded one time, and then it just plonked it in the middle of the ocean or wherever it was, and I was like, what's going on?
You're like, what? What have I done?
But yes, it will warn you that when there's no geospatial data inside the map, which is good, really handy.
Yes. Just in case you do accidentally, there's been a few times where I've accidentally drag and dropped the wrong file over, like a JPEG before I georeferenced it, and I've been like, oh, whoops, I almost uploaded the wrong file. So it's also good for those moments where your brain's just not working properly. So all we got to do is just search for the, like a rough location, just so it knows. I'm going to search for Cape Canaveral and give it a second. Okay, cool. Cape Canaveral, Florida. And I click on that. And so it's going to place a point at Cape Canaveral. But what you can do is you can drag this point to be roughly where the middle of your map will be. So I'm going to say it's going to be like here-ish. And then, so what will happen is you hit confirm position, and it's going to go in and drop your map on that point. Like that.
Okay.
And
done.
So oh, I don't know. That's not quite right. And so I'll explain more about what exactly this map is when we're putting in all the description and whatnot. But basically what we got to do now is we just got to drag this map into the correct position. And so the first place to start, at least for me, is I always come over to the scale tool over here. And that just lets you drag out the map to get it to roughly the right size. And I will note that I made this a little more tricky for myself than I probably needed to, because as you can tell, the map is a little bit distorted compared to reality. It's a little bit like stumpy. And so what I'll do here is I'll drag the opacity.
Still kind of work out what we're looking at here.
Okay, so basically
I'm guessing
what
that triangle bit on the right-hand side of the map you've uploaded matches the triangle bit of the base layer behind it.
Sort of. So it's not exactly in the right position. So if I drag this,
it's meant to be there. Okay, I see it now. I see it
closer to there, but it's just this map is a little bit squished, which is why I chose it, because it makes my life more difficult. If that helps. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be just like almost contorting or morphing this map to the Google base map. Um, I hope this will make sense as I go on, but it's going to get a little wacky before it gets good. I will tell you that.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
So I'm just kind of just dragging these to roughly the right position for now, just roughly. And yeah, so you can see if I come into here, you can kind of see this coastline.
So which button
sort
was
of
that then?
matches up.
To just to repeat, which button was that to get that? That was the adjust.
That was the adjust corners
Adjust
button.
corners.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's just, sorry, I know I completely skipped over explaining that, so thank you for bringing that up.
That's why I'm here, man.
Exactly, you're here to remind me of the most basic things. I appreciate it. Yeah, so when you have the adjust corners tool selected, you're basically just stretching the image by the corners. And you kind of just have to go corner by corner and just slowly get things right.
You also have to bear in mind when uploading some maps that they're, especially if they're satellite images, sometimes they can be taken at different angles. So sometimes you might be stretching it and it might not fit it exactly how you want it to be. You just have to be mindful of like the type of map you're uploading.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I have made that mistake before, and when you have those images taken at those angles, it's best to use a software like QGIS to do it, do a georeferencing of that, which is a whole other process, and we probably won't go into that here. No, that's, yeah. Even though I do that a lot, it's just, yeah, not for today, not for today. So I'm just kind of looking at this map closely, and I'm just looking, I can see, for example, what I'm looking at is...
You can see that waterway in the middle, yeah.
Yeah, you can see this waterway, and it doesn't quite line up. And now, one thing you do have to remember is you're probably not going to get it as perfect as you would like, just because this is a manual process, and there's only so much you can do. But let's just go check it. This corner's pretty good, if you can see that. It kind of,
you might need to adjust the bottom. That's what I'm thinking, like the bottom of the map.
The
to
bottom.
Get that waterway to sync up.
What have we got? You know what? You are correct. You are correct. Good eye. So that one's come up a little bit. We'll check on this one over here. Yep. The port was slightly not aligned down here. You know, this is going much smoother than I expected. I'm not going to lie. I thought I was going to be here forever tweaking, but we're getting pretty close. It depends how picky you are, but you know, I like to try to get it at least within a few meters.
See, that waterway's gone much better now.
Yeah, it's a little bit funky, but then again, I don't know how accurate this map is. It could be a little bit off anyway. Let's just go in and check this top corner again. And it's just a process you have to be a little bit patient with, and you just want to be refining the whole time. And it's exactly the same thing in like if you were to use another software. It's just all about refining, and I spend too many hours doing georeferencing in QGIS. Just trying to get images just right. But you know what?
You're a perfectionist.
I think I am. Depends on what. Are you happy with this, Jack? How do you feel about this?
Yes. For just for the example version, yes, I am.
I am pretty happy with this.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, much smoother than I expected. Look at that. That's almost dead on. That's beautiful. Okay. I think I'm happy. And I know there's one of the tools I didn't use in this process today, but there's also the option to rotate your map. So if you need to twist...
Can you do it now and then undo it, or is it going to permanently change?
Off the top of my head, I cannot remember if you can undo it, and I'm scared to break this.
All right, let's leave it as it is.
I don't want to ruin.
But yeah, people know if you need to rotate.
Just in case.
Oh I'm like because of the screen.
Yeah, you
now,
can
like,
just
glowing. I look like Mr. Burns in the episode of The Simpsons when he's an alien.
oh, where it's glowing, yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and then all you had to do is hit the continue button, and once again, all you're doing is inputting the information for your map. Nice and easy.
I have a question, Harry. If you go back a
Yes,
step,
hit me.
if you
Yes.
if you have the transparency of your map at 50% and then click continue, does it lock the transparency at 50%? No, it okay.
No.
I was just wondering about that.
That's a fair question. That's something I skim over, but someone might freak out and go, "Oh no, I had it set to 25%."
Well, the reason I thought of it was when you clicked continue just then, the map kind of looked transparent, and I thought, well, hang on a second, is that how it's going to lock your map?
I see why you went there. Don't worry. No, that's not what happens. Don't worry. Yeah. So thank you for clarifying that. That's actually a very good point. So now all we have to do is put in the basic information, and now you
prepared
know
it all
that.
earlier.
Yes, hopefully. This is a bit of a long map. A long title. So this is a sea level rise map of the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral Air Force Station area. And once again, I also copied a description, which I just pulled straight from NASA to save me typing. And for categories, I'm just going to choose climate, because that has to do with climate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I need to explain that too much.
Yeah.
Go NASA, sea level. Oops. You could almost do terrain, I guess, because that has to do with terrain.
Or do you need to do climate as a hashtag because it's already in the categories of climate?
You know what? Let's do both, just in case it enhances our search.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else? Oh, we'll do Florida again, and I'll do one for USA. I think that's pretty simple. Yep. We won't attach a legend because the legend is already on the map. Mm-hmm. And once again, we are saying that yes, we do have the right to publish this work, and we've also credited the source, which helps. And then it's just a basic hit upload, and this shouldn't take too long. Any questions, Jack? Anything I didn't think of?
No. It seems pretty straightforward to me as someone pretending to be someone who doesn't know how Soar works. It's pretty straightforward in terms of at least uploading a map, especially if it's geo-referenced already. That's like big bada boom, it's done. But the tweaking tools seem really simple and easy to grasp. So hopefully it is to everyone else.
Oh, there we go. There it went. I was about to say, is my internet stalling? Because I didn't think it was uploading for a second, but we're all good. It uploaded. It's a very straightforward process. I think anyone can do it, even if it takes you a little bit of practice, tweaking the image like I just was, or if you want to learn how to use another software to georeference your images. It's definitely a super easy process compared to other processes on the internet where you try to upload things to websites and it's like you have like 1,000 options and it's very overwhelming. This is just nice, simple, straightforward.
So if you go to your maps then on your profile now, you should see that one.
We should. Yes. So now my internet's trying to load these.
I noticed when you were scrolling up and down a minute ago, it was a bit glitchy. It would have been the internet.
Yep, it's been having a day today. It's loading things in, but we're not going to sit there. Of all days, yeah, I think it happened last time as well. Oh man, why is my internet doing this today? Of all days.
Hit refresh.
Yeah, actually, that is a good point. Then hit refresh. Oh.
Oh,
there we go. No, we're good. Very good.
Looked like it blew the map
I
up for
think
a second then to be really big.
I know. I just freaked out, but I think it might be a browser issue. I just updated my browser earlier, so maybe that was the freak out. And as you can see,
Perfect.
boom, in the right location. Let's go check that waterway again, shall we?
Look at
There you
that.
go.
Spot on.
And here's a little fun fact, just in case it's okay to drop a space note fact. This little waterway is where NASA brings in their giant rocket parts and they offload them here before they go and get assembled in the vehicle assembly building here. So like these rocket parts are like nearly like 10 meters in diameter, right? They're huge, so you can't really transport them via road. So it's
Right.
like, okay, what are we gonna do? We're gonna stick them on a giant barge and haul them over the ocean and down rivers and stuff. And
That's
yeah,
awesome.
that's just a little fun fact. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Um, but yeah, and you can see, according to this map, you can see the elevation of all these areas. So the browny red color is all the low laying areas, and the darker green it gets, the higher laying areas, which is yeah, it's a fascinating map, and I'm glad I finally got to upload this one because I wanted to do it for a while, to be honest.
Excellent. Well,
Yeah,
I guess that's it, really,
that's
isn't it? On how to upload
it's
a map.
it's yeah, it's short and simple, but that I think that just goes to show how the Soar team has done an amazing job at simplifying this process, and it's not like we have to sit here for an hour uploading an image. So, yeah,
Wow. Well, thank you, Harry, and thank you everyone who's watching up to this point. Thank you very much. Just remember to hit that subscribe button and follow us
thumbs
on
up.
Twitter. The links are all in the description down below. And go use Soar. Upload some apps, and let's see.
Yes, please.
Let's build out this new atlas. Okay. Thank you,
Yeah, I want
Harry.
to see your maps.
And we'll chat. Is it next week or the week after? I think it's the week after, isn't it?
Soon.
Soon. We'll be back soon. All right. See you later, Harry.
Thanks, Jack.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.